everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Andrea. Long time no film. I haven't filmed for like over a week and it feels kind of weird. But today I wanted to do an update for my 11 oldies and 11 favorites in 2021. And then once you see my progress, I want to know if you think that I should keep doing monthly updates for this and just maybe update on the things I actually have progress on, or if I should just do bi-monthly updates. Or I'm having a hard time deciding what I want to do with this, the update schedule for this project. So any opinions or constructive criticisms or comments that you have, please let me know down below. So today I'm just going to go through all 22 items, hopefully just really quick. I didn't weigh everything in my intro, but I just sat down and weighed everything now so that it'll be a little bit easier to track progress on some of the things that don't see a lot of visible progress right away. And sorry, my cats are doing something over there, but we'll just get started. So I'm going to start with the 11 oldies first because that's the first one in my notebook. So I had this Deep Sea Cosmetics cuticle oil. I marked where I was in January, and then the black mark is where I am now. So I've made decent progress on this. I used it 15 times, and that wasn't even every single time that I did my nails this past month. So it'll definitely be sticking around for a while, but I think I can get some good consistent use on it. And then I'll just, instead of me having to like say what everything weighs as I'm talking about it, I'll just put it up on the screen somewhere, and it'll just make things faster and easier for everybody. Well, maybe not for me because I have to edit it in, but it'll be less for you to have to sit through. And then the next thing I have is my Bath & Body Works Cherry Blossom Eau de Toilette perfume. There's a pink line and then the black line. So I used this 12 times, but that's not very much movement. But I am working on a body spray in my That's Expensive project pan and a rollerball perfume in my Throwback 30 project pan. And so I have to kind of rotate. And I've used it 12 times and I've been wearing perfume pretty much every single day. So between the 3 different fragrances I have going on in separate projects, I've been using them fairly equally. I'm not like super focusing in on one. Since it's so old, the scent doesn't stay as much. So on days that I wear it, if I think about it, I could probably get away with reapplying it at least once. So I could try to get some more use on it that way. I should also say I did not take pictures for my intro, but after I'm done filming this, I will take progress pictures so that starting from now, we might be able I'll take project pictures for the things that I can't mark so that maybe it'll help to see a little more visible progress, but I don't have any project pictures right now. But this DLS Blush in Kitty Pink, I've used it 8 times. It looks pretty much the same. I think maybe the ring in the middle might be a little bit more pronounced because I do tend to use quite a bit of this when I do wear it, just because I repressed it and it was old and it was starting to lose its pigmentation. So I do usually put a little bit more on of this product than I would with other blushes, but I'm hoping, I don't know if I can hit pan by next month or by next update, whenever. Well, I guess it depends on if it's in 2 months or not. I may be able to hit pan on this before my next update, but again, I'm also working on a bunch of blushes too. So this Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit in Berry Recognized, I used it 6 times. There really isn't that much left. It's just, again, I'm using so many lip products that there's not a ton of movement on this. But like I said, I'm gonna, unless it starts smelling like really funky or something, I'm gonna try to use it up, keep it until the end of the year. And if I haven't finished it by the end of the year, then I will throw it away because it is quite old, but it's still okay for now. The next item was my BH Cosmetics Matte Finish Pressed Powder. And this one I wish I had taken progress pics because I'll see if I can take a screenshot from my intro video to compare, but you can see I've expanded the pan quite a bit. I'm wearing away around there. I do try to pick it up somewhat evenly with my brush. So I take my brush and I kind of swirl it around the whole outside instead of focusing it right in the middle. But I use this every single time I do my makeup, so pretty much every single day. I've used this 33 times since my last update, and I can tell that there's progress. I'm not anticipating that I'll be finished with this anytime soon, but I might, like in the summer months when I'm oilier because it's warmer, I might go through this a little bit quicker, but we'll see. But I will definitely have this finished this year. There's no doubt about that. It's just how long it's going to take me. The next four come from my, you can't even tell because it's so old and everything's rubbed off, comes from my Revolution Ultra Contour palette. I did not weigh this mainly because there are 7 pans in here, but only 4 of them are in this project. It's this pink highlighter and then these 3 matte bronzers. This bronzer and this highlighter are in my Throwback 30 project, and then this is just a repressed Bare Minerals bronzer that's just sitting there right now. So I could weigh it, but that won't give an accurate reflection of how much product I've used specifically for this project, so I'm just not bothering with weights on this one. But I've used the highlighter 8 times. A lot of times what I do is when I'm using this highlighter, it's super, super icy and like light. It's too light for my liking to wear on its own. So I like to mix these two. So I've used this one 8 times. And then, this is bronzer 1. You can't see too much progress. I think you could see them in the intro, but you can see the rings of the pan on this one. I've used this one 5 times, this one 8 times. This one I've used the most because this is the one I use for more like my cheeks. Since it's the cooler one, I like to use it to, I guess, bronzer would be the word. But I use that one and then I'll switch between these 2 that I use for like my forehead. And then I've used this one only 3 times. So my goal for all of these was just to hit pan on them. I'm obviously no pan yet, but we still have 11 months to go. So I'm sure I will make that goal at some point. Next is my Revolution. I don't even know what this is, like what this eye product is called, but it's a cream potted shadow in Rebound. I'll try to, again, find a picture from the intro and take a screenshot. It looks like I've made a lot of progress on it despite only using it 3 times. But as I said, I had hit pan on this before and I used it and it, like, I think I used it with my finger and it had like smushed all of the product over the pan. So I started using it with a brush and immediately like this giant pan appeared because it had just been covered up by a really thin layer. So that's where I'm at. Again, my goal is to finish this. I'm going to need to wear it a lot more than 3 times a month if I want to finish it, but I absolutely love this eyeshadow. I'll try to insert a couple of pictures where the 3 pictures that I can remember that I'm wearing this on my lid because it is so beautiful and I really like this. And I've had this for a long time and it still feels super creamy and nice. So not that I need any more eyeshadows, but when I finish this up and maybe move through some other shadows in my collection as well, I would probably try to repurchase this if it's still available because Revolution likes to discontinue stuff left and right, but it's a really nice eyeshadow. And then lastly, where did it go? Okay. And then lastly for my 11 oldies is my Revlon lipstick in HD Gladiolus. I used this 4 times. I used it just enough where it's pretty much worn away. It's even with the top. So I've got this much left to go. And I'm going to, once again, need to use it way more than 4 times to actually accomplish that goal. But I do, and again, I didn't do this starting with the intro. I did it starting this month. I did make a handy dandy little tracking chart for the products in the 11 favorites and 11 oldies that I could track usage on. So this line right here is the HD Gladiolus line, and that is where we are starting at. Although, just to make it a little bit easier to track my progress, here I remarked it to where that's where like the bullet ends, the actual lipstick ends. So all of this is just represents the tube. So this is how much lipstick I have left. So not that much when you look at it like that, but then when you actually try to use it, it's a lot. So like I said, I made a little bit of progress on all of my items. I don't think that's why I wanted your opinion on how I should do my updates, because as you can see, even next month, I don't think I would have any empties for this one. At least I definitely will have an empty for my favorites. But is it worth filming a whole video for one empty? I don't know. You tell me. So now we're going to go on to my 11 favorites. And the first comes from my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. It is this shade right here, Luscious. I've used it 3 times and you can barely tell a difference. I need to, again, use it way more, but I am the queen of putting eyeshadows in projects and then being so overwhelmed by my choices that I just don't know what to do. So I haven't used that one very often. The next item I have used quite a lot, but I still, because of the nature of the item, I don't think you're going to see much progress. It's my ColourPop Mistress of All Evil highlighter. I've used this one 13 times. Well, you can see where I kind of concentrate my finger right in the middle there. There's a tiny dip. But I just love this highlighter. It's so pretty, and I do like the Super Shock highlighter formula. I think it's, especially because I do use my finger, you don't pick up as much, you don't waste as much product, I guess, when you use your finger. You don't pick up as much. So this is going to take me a while to hit pan on, but that's okay because I love it. It's one of my favorites, obviously. So it'll be a while before we see a... What, Raven? You can't come in. I'll come pet you in a minute, okay? My next Maleficent themed item is the Maleficent lipstick from ColourPop, and I've only used this twice, so it basically looks brand new. It was almost brand new when I put this in because even though I love the color and I love Sleeping Beauty, I didn't use it that much, and I'm continuing that trend. So we're gonna, I have it marked. I did the same thing that I just did with that. You can see I have quite a bit more product in that one than I do in the Revlon one, so it's gonna take a while. I do not think I'm gonna finish that one this year, but I would just like to get more use on it because I don't think it's bad yet, but it's definitely starting to turn, so I need to get more use out of it. Next is my Juvia's Place Saharan Blush Volume 2. I am working on this shade Tau to hit pan. I mean, it's Juvia's Place, so you know it's extremely pigmented, so you don't need to use a lot. And 2, it's a blush. So even though I've used this one 7 times, I can see where I like tap my brush in. I don't even know if you can tell like where it's kind of dimpled a little bit, but it doesn't really look like it's been used at all. Although I am wearing it today. It looks very orangey in there, but it just turns out into just a nice like reddish, reddy orange on your cheeks, which again, I love it. I love that whole palette, but I only wanted to pick one thing out of that one. There's 2 items that I have not touched at all yet. One of them is my Bath & Body Works Cotton Blossom Shower Gel. I am currently finishing a different Bath & Body Works shower gel that should be done this month, and then I will roll that one in, but I haven't touched that one yet. I've only used this one time. This is my Ulta eyeliner in Blackout, and I'm sure you've seen it the other 2 times I held this notebook up, but here's where I'm at. I'm trying to finish up the mini like Tarte Sex Kitten eyeliner that I have, and it's a struggle, let me tell you. I'm so close to finishing it, so I don't want to clutter it, but I don't like it. But I'm hoping I can start using this much more regularly in the coming month. We'll see. That's my motto. We'll see. Because who knows? Next is my NYX High Glass Finishing Powder. I've used this 23 times. You can see that, like, I've definitely used it. It's very slowly starting to wear the pattern away, but there's not a big dip or anything like that. I don't use this all over my face, and I don't use this every single time, depending on how my foundation is looking that day, because sometimes I just don't want to add extra powder. But usually when I do use this, what I do is I'll put it over my cheeks to help blend my color products in together a little bit, and maybe a little bit up over my forehead bronzer, just like on days when I went a little too heavy-handed on it. So I know that I will finish this year because I finished a full one of these last year, but it's just going to take some time, like all powder products, to hit pan. Now this next product is the one that's going to be empty next month, but it is my Tree Hut Lemon Blueberry Tart Shea Sugar Scrub. It smells so good. I've only got probably 2 or 3 uses left in this, and then it will be done and I will be sad, but I do have other sugar scrubs that I need to work through before I can justify another purchase of this, if they even still sell it, because I think this might have been limited edition, which I will be sad if it's gone, because it smells, I think I mentioned this the last time, you can smell the lemon, you can smell the blueberry, but the predominant smell is like a buttery tart crust, and it's very unexpected. It is not what I was expecting when I got this, but it smells so good. I could just sit here and like sniff it all day long, but I won't, because that wouldn't make for a very entertaining video, now would it? Or maybe it would. I don't know what you're into. The next item I have not used at all is my Macadamia Professional Hair Mask. I'm still working on the one I have in my shower. This is a brand new one. That one, I'm anticipating like opening this one up this month. So by next month, I should be started working on this. But again, this is a long haul item, because especially now that I got my hair cut, which you can't tell because I haven't washed my hair in like 4 days. So there's no way I'm wearing it down right now. But I did get it cut, if you've seen some of my previous videos. And I don't need as much as I used to. So this is going to go a little slower, and I only use this maybe twice a week at the most, but usually only once. So but that's okay because it's expensive. So I'm happy to have it be a long haul item. Then I have my Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea. I've used this 11 times, and I use that much up because like I told you guys, I'm an overzealous sprayer. And I started alternating between this and my Urban Decay All Nighter because I was going through that one too fast. And since that one's so expensive, I don't want to go through it that fast. So I start alternating days between this. So this is not even with daily use. With daily use, this would be done in like 3 months, if that. But this is going to hang around for a little while. And then finally, my Ulta Beauty Baked Bronzer, which is just like, again, I can't open it and show you because it's broken. It's looking sadder and sadder by the day, but I can tell that I've definitely made some progress on it. I used this 11 times. So hopefully with weighing it now, even though it's kind of hard to see visual progress, we'll be able to tell that I am at least making some progress on it. Okay, so that was still my rather long update for my 11 favorites and 11 oldies in 2020, but I've been so swamped with work, and just I had some eye irritation, so I didn't wear makeup one day, and then I was like being really careful and wearing my glasses and not my contacts, and I can't film with my glasses because they're super reflective, and it was a whole thing. My eye is feeling better, and I'm not totally caught up with work, but I'm catching up with work, so I felt like I really wanted to sit down and film something, and this was the first thing that I needed to film, so you're getting this hot mess of a video. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're all staying safe and sane and healthy, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.